What's going on, YouTube? We're back again with another reaction, another review today. We're continuing down that NF journey, working our way down the list. Or is it up the list? Well, I mean, if you think about it chronologically. Anyway, we're continuing the list of the NF journey. So today's reaction, NF If You Want Love. So I'm still working my way through this NF journey. I'm absolutely loving it. Recently did Outcast, recently did Let You Down. Those were phenomenal songs. This whole album so far is awesome. I mean, I've done outro, intro 3, like I said, Outcast, Let You Down. Like so far, they're all amazing. All the music videos are awesome. I love the message it's putting through, how it's continuing from the prior messages from the prior albums and songs. So I'm really loving how this is going. So I'm excited to see what If You Want Love, how that pertains towards everything and what kind of message gets put through, because NF is definitely second to none when putting through a message. Every single one of his songs has some form of message or multiple messages in different layers and contexts that he's pushing through. So I'm excited to see what he's got. But first, if y'all could smash that like button, smash subscribe, and hit that little bell for future notifications for all my future videos, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to grow this channel as hard as I can, trying to culminate a bunch of people that see music in the similar way that I see it and develop that emotional context and connection to it through the actual music, the video, how the cinematography goes, how the bars in the rap verses happen, how the choruses happen, how the melodic tones come through, to really see how it feels, how an actual song feels. So if you guys are into that and you guys like my reactions, you guys like to see how I go through reactions, definitely click that subscribe button, hit the little bell for future notifications. But without further ado, NF, let's see what you got. All right, time for another good NF song.
I just need some time, I'm trying to think straight. I just need a moment in my own space. Ask me how I'm doing, I say okay, yeah. But ain't that what we all say? Sometimes I think back to the old days, in the pointless conversations with the old me, yeah. Back when my mama used to hold me, I wish somebody would've told me, if you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain.
Sorry. Beautiful music coming through with his voice, and how just that light, just kind of acoustic style guitar in the background, just slowly just picking and plucking away. And I love the imagery that's doing, you know, a mother and father bringing home their newborn, the first night getting home, and him starting off with, if you know, I wish someone would have warned me, if you want love, you got to go through the pain. So I can already see like them having to get up late in the middle of the night, having to take care of the baby, having to do what they have to do, having to go through the pains and trials and tribulations of parenting. That all pertains towards love. If you want love in anything, really, you have to go through the pain. Like that, I'm already liking just that initial terminology and emotion that he's putting through.
You gon' have to go through the pain. If you want love, you gon' have to learn how to change.
True.
If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away.
I'm sorry, I had to pause it a couple times in the chorus, but if you want trust, you're gonna have to give some away. That's actually very strong of a phrase, because a lot of people, they will not trust other people. A lot of people that have trust issues, that won't trust others and won't kind of let that wall down, it's because they're not willing to give some of their own trust away. They're not willing to give to pretty much, when you give some of your trust away and you trust someone else and giving that away, you kind of open yourself up to them. You're creating that vulnerability. You're really breaking down that wall and opening up that aspect of vulnerability that a lot of people refuse to be put to fall into that bracket, because you make yourself vulnerable. You trust someone, you go through the pain to try to love someone, or that there's a chance you can get burned. There's a chance that you can get hurt and burned and emotionally torn apart. A lot of people tend to build those walls because they have given that trust and have opened that love and felt that pain, and they've been burned because of it. And they feel that opening up and giving themselves that vulnerability is going to just open up to the pain, but they tend to forget that it can open yourself up to even bigger splendors. Better love, better feelings, better emotion, better connection, better relationship, better everything. It can open it up more. Yeah, you can potentially get burned, but the upside potential really still does outweigh it, and people tend to forget that.
On trust, you gon' have to give some away. If you want love, if you want love. Yeah. As a kid, I used to think life was moving so slow, I watch it go by. Look out the window of my bus ride. I thought the world was so small through my closed eyes. I've always tried to control things. In the end, that's what controls me. Maybe that's why I'm controlling. I wish somebody would've told me. If you want love.
That, talking about as a kid looking through the bus window thinking that the world was so small, that's true. I mean, I've said it before with friends and stuff about, you see kids really don't know the world outside of their house or the outside of the walls of their school. Like that is their world, and whatever neighborhoods it takes to get from one to the other. And that's just one of those things where as you get older and you start to experience more and you see more and you do more, that's where you start to see just how vast everything is, how narrow-minded and closed-minded you were at when you were younger. Whether it as a kid or just as a younger adult, it doesn't matter. Like, the older and older you get, the bigger the world gets, the broader it gets, the more there is in it. And that is in how he's talking about it. That's conceptually in a physical aspect and also an emotional and mental aspect. As far as what he knew as a kid, emotionally, that was his world. That's all he knew. But then there was so much more past that. There were so many more intricacies past that. The world keeps growing the older you get. And I love how it's portraying like the parenting levels, from newborn baby to toddler to teenager, and the dad telling her to get back in the house, you're not going out tonight. I like that it's going through the progression of, still if you want love, you got to go through the pain. It's kind of like showing the minute turmoils that can happen with, in this parent to child, or in particular father to daughter kind of relationship.
I'm controlling. I wish somebody would've told me. If you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain. If you want love, you gon' have to learn how to change. If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away. If you want love, if you want love. The older I get, I feel like I'm always trying to save time. Talking to the voices in my head that make me think twice. Telling me it doesn't mean it's wrong because it feels right. I'm scared that one day I'll wake up and wonder where.
I had to pause on that. That scene is a very powerful scene. It showed, of course, the parents are getting older, and now the daughter, who is now married, as you saw, her and her husband coming in, they're coming for dinner, I guess. And it shows, a very quick snippet of the daughter helping the mom get out of the couch, helping her mother get up. Then it pans right back to when she was a toddler, a young baby, and her mom was helping her walk. Of how it goes full circle. How you take care of your kids and you raise your kids, and then eventually your kids take care of you. And how just that transcends, like that's really in like, people, in the movie The Lion King, there's the song The Circle of Life, and the circle of life, and really meaning of, as far as the circle of life between predators and prey, and in the wild animal kingdom, in the circle of life for humans in society, that's really what the textbook standard is you raise your kids, you raise them to be good, to be good humans. They grow up, they're supposed to grow up and they're supposed to prosper. And then as you get older, and then stuff, your youth starts going away, they start taking care of you. It's that flip turn. And I like that it showed that. Like, is very, very quick, very small little snippet, but that definitely it's a kind of like that relational, like, we're here, but remember we were there.
I'm scared that one day I'll wake up and wonder where'd the time go. Talk about the past like it's the present while I rock slow. I'll sit in the living room and laugh with kids of my own and tell them. If you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain. I wish you would've told me. If you want love, you gon' have to learn how to change. I wish somebody would've told. If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away. You gon' have to give. If you want love, if you want love, if you want love, if you want love.
Hey, that's the same little baby toy that her parents put in her little carrier. So it goes topsy turvy. So how it shows, how it's showing this video, how it went through of the parents, being parents, and the kind of a little bit of the trials and tribulations at the beginning, but then the joyous parts, even later on, of the father giving the daughter away for marriage, and then them coming over and having family time and stuff, and all the way up until where the parents pass away and the daughter's standing there, and she's standing at the gravesite and at the tombstone, and she's in remembrance. You can see a look of not a look of pure sorrow. Yeah, she's crying, but it wasn't a look of pure sorrow. It was more of a look of remembrance, looking back on her life. And then as the scene goes forward to her giving birth, her and her husband going through the childbirth at the hospital, and then bringing the baby home, and then showing that little toy that really institutes that thought process of leaving your legacy. Like at the end of the day, people will say, they want to make a name for themselves, leave a legacy. It really, make a lot of money and all these goals. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're all going to end up in a box or an urn somewhere. Like no one gets out of this world alive. So we all our legacies are not what we build or what we truly create or how much money we make or any of that. It's what we hand down to our children, and that's the legacy we leave behind. It's the values and the characteristics and the try to bring your children up better than you were ever brought up. Make your children better than you. It's to leave the world better than you found it. And by raising your kids to be better than yourself, you are doing that in your own way, in your part. And I like that it's like this. It's the whole circle. It's that whole circle of life situation and scenario. The ending to this song is the vice versa beginning of the song, but for the daughter's perspective. I really like that, and I like the message that it puts through. And the if you want love, you got to be ready for pain. You got to be willing to change. All that. That's a very powerful message. The song overall is just a hard hitting song that I think anyone can be entertained and relate to. So that was my reaction to If You Want Love by NF. I think that was amazing. I love ballad and more melodic style songs. Well, I love really any song, and honestly, I love every genre and all that. So I at least respect every bit genre. And this song is phenomenal. Like I said, I've said in prior reactions, I love when NF actually brings out his singing voice, that raspy singing voice, and I really enjoy when he sings and he puts a message through his words. Like he is so good at putting a message through his bars, and how well he can rap, and how he puts his lyrics together. But for him to come out with songs like this, where it's pretty much pure singing, it's pure emotion, that's in a melodic sense. Like rapping is an emotion, it's a form of music, but singing in that aspect, there's a lot more emotional context coming through. Like it's kind of like it's coming from your soul, really. And for him to put it through like that, and then with the music video, how it casts it in this light, that was a beautiful song. Like I absolutely loved it. That was phenomenal, top grade. I think that was a beautiful message put through as well. If you guys like this reaction, as always, be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell for future notifications, and also comment down below. Let me know of any other artists, songs, bands, yada 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 yada, that you want me to react to. Like I said, I'm still continuing this NF journey. This is quite a big journey, but I'm definitely loving it. I've got plenty more coming down the way, and I have a lot of other artists and bands and all that coming down the way as well. So I'm excited to keep all this rolling. And that's it, guys. I love y'all, so I'm out.